All right, well, as the country looks to recover from the impact of recent looting and destruction in KwaZulu Natal and in Gauteng, we go to our reporter, Maageketla Mohlabe, who is in Soweto for us for an update. I see that you've changed your position now. I see that you are with some street vendors at this time. Perhaps a time for them to be able to make more money, given the fact that some of these shops around them might have been looted, and maybe some of them taking advantage at this point. And I wonder if they were as well actually quite affected by the looting and all that's been happening this past week.
Yeah, Flo, we are actually in a few minutes going to get a sense of what it meant for them to actually stay at home and stop selling. I mean, this is what they depend on to support their families. But in as much as you see the picture behind me here, we are also joined by one of the alleged looters. He is here. We are going to hide his identity on his request to talk to us. How do you order?
I'm grand brigade.
Sure. I'm Kalushe Jagore. Obelechi Katavina Hore. Loena Nzole Hona, Uchi Yao Lutan, Kalushe Jagore.
Man, brigade man. Ugawenza into brigade basic sasa, we are so long accessible and she put a malento lenenze gileman accent a crane out here. As in our time, Yenzegile lento le naijablis our time, Usola after Sona logo nago, as Minangina sang Pisana Nezito Engnas and Bon good lento lena man accent a hamba, young Tola time. Anything Zoxela, Nabona, whatever that person, Oyenze Gucci, lento le Yenze Gucci, Sishise, State, I have a 48 is every chair, the Lomont. I deserve as a child.
When I get the items that
I'm vitamin as in I'm at Uktata, I'm going to tell you just Uktata procate. I procate my resin. No man, whatever Mundo Tatile Lento Managabisele Lentole. And there were now I enter Lentole and a Guti and Zege. I fit my lemon to my notice every good age, the Manangas Chutiga.
Okay, but then when all the Bushaji and Tojo,
I'm we selling Pisaning as on us, Susan Jagim, about Tazin, and Negas is a Zing Sutis and Clesing no Nembes and told.
No, it's all.
Yeah, I guess so, and it my Lentolena. No, but now told about back kitchen and now kitchen man, young son.
Yeah, when all drilling into it, so.
No, about Mabavuda now young getting it. Yeah, when Mavulu young getting now at us.
We did a go Baramol or Kokai, because it is shop for
as Labantu Lavabenza Lento, Maswacha by kitchen everywhere.
Yeah.
I would about a band down anywhere. Bafika Labamosh, Bapega Bantu, Guti, Snamba Nalabant, Bambanan.
Yeah.
By winning down.
Yeah.
I would Labantians of Mtu and Nens about around everywhere. About Abakishima. Yabonga Sengoti.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Lavanta Bambin down and Bamba everywhere.
Just my last question. Maranonzo Filajang, Go and a book of Barona or Yeah.
Look so good.
Yeah.
Get charged.
Yeah.
Aban Mabatata now charge.
Okay.
Yeah. Ukoko, Skitchimana Boko Basetus.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, my uncle tens are Laboko Basetus. So much is out in. Ukoko Kishimanum Tuana, Kumna, Yatabang Yapega now with Bekishima Tanam, Kishima Mama Nabantuana back. What's the use of that? Skitchima song, Kachita, Akichimum to you are. So Uncle Sakichima Procate. Yeah, Sakichima, Siachat. Mara, we are so after time with Maras and if law plating ends it. I want to buy the Sega, no, young told us such a lot. Won't go to buy the Sega, much I say, can take crane, young child. Mara lent Yenzegi, your child. Yenzegi will be a Yenze, young told us such a lot. So when I lost you, Chile, out Helicon, our time was spicy seal. Siacella, out Helicon, was spicy seal. Sunuaku, Lao Helicon.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. The foul language there, Flo, he is actually saying that those who actually led them to stealing these items have actually misled them. And he's actually saying that he is regretful because he is actually aware of the consequences that this looting has had on the livelihoods of people. And let me just then talk to one of the guys. I saw him doing some of the braais there. If you can actually see my colleague Lucky Bulanga, some of the women here as well, they are actually braaiing meat so that they can actually feed their families. And one of the guys who was also assisting with that is Afonso. Afonso, I mean, nelentse le dutse fela le sa rekisi impact ya gona ya nakong ya go le tiwa ne le jang mo maphelong a lona
beko difficult abantu lana bebayenza bazenza lo mathanda bathoba ama-shop bathatha izinto beko west vele yeah beko west kakhulu bengikhona vela Monday le nto lenzeke Monday bengikhona ngibonile ukuthi hayi abantu abanenhliziyo
ane bjano la namala dula gae la se kgone go rekisha maphelo a lena ne a la effectively jang ko gae
kakhulu very bad mina ngisoka le ngihlala e-Orange Farm manje fika endlini ngibona ku TV hayi izinto eziniphathanga kahle ziniphathe kabuhlungu too much.
All right. Afonso, thanks so much for your time. Afonso there saying that he was severely affected, Flo, because once he saw these events playing out on a national television, he was aware of how they were actually affected. And having to actually also stay at home without having to do business here. As you can see, I mean, these are some of the fruits some of our mothers are selling. They hadn't been able to do this for about almost a week since the looting started. And let's perhaps speak to one of the hawkers here. Mama, le guy. Oh, nango or tlhalosetse nko re tlhalosetse fela gore o buile wa rekisa re bona cabbage shile mola re bona dinyala shetse matamati shia le buile la rekisa nko re tlhalosetse fela gore lena ne le amegile jwang ge dintho tse so di direga ba tsintse
hey thina sibambekanga kahle isiphathanga kahle leye ukuthi bathathe izinto emashop ngoba nathi besingathengisi besihleli endini nje se ayisiphathanga kahle se amatamati ayabola makhabiji nawo ayabola sina sibona le nkinga lefana nalena sizingathi hayi
yeah so jale le buile le rekisha go ngcono jano
akukho ngcono ibusiness ayiseko ngoba kusana amashop abantu kumele baye emashop uyothenga ishebo akuna shop yokuthenga ishebo se bayathenga kancane akusafana kudala ngoba kusana abantu
one of the hawkers here saying that it was very difficult considering that some of the items that they sell here, I mean, they go bad. Things like tomatoes, things like cabbage, they go bad once they stay for a long time without being sold. And the fact that they are now back trying to sell to some of the customers here, well, it's better. But again, many of the major businesses are closed, and I can see one of the customers here, sir.
Yes.
Just talk to me. How difficult was it for you not to be able to come here and purchase some of the items for your family?
You know, sometimes it's very hard, especially when you want to draw cash and there are no more ATM we can withdraw cash. Now you are stuck, you have to use your bank card. Some place they don't accept your bank card. Yeah. So it's frustrating, you see. Yeah. So what happened actually, it is not the right things. It is wrong to loot. But in the other hand, it is nice to take something for free. But I don't say I support what happened here in Gauteng. But you know, when someone is hungry, a hungry person is very dangerous and it can lead you to do something which is not right, you see. Because many people in South Africa are unemployed. Yeah, and the situation is becoming worse. At least during stage 5, there were some grant like 350 where they were giving people. Now they stop it without a reason, but the corona is continuing, people are unemployed, and you see, these things, it's very painful, my brother.
Absolutely.
It's very painful.
Yeah.
Unless our president do something about the situation of South African citizens. Because people now, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to take and mix in order to feed their children. So, President, please do something. We don't want to see these things happening again in South Africa. It is like, you know, the other country, they are watching us. We are destroying our own country because of hunger. You know the reason behind this, not because of the issues of former President Jacob Zuma. It's got nothing to do with this. Truly speaking, people were waiting for this opportunity anxiously. So they saw the opportunity, they used Zuma's name, and they started to loot. Because of what? Hunger.
Thanks so much, sir. One of the clients here, or customers here, Flo, saying that in his view, it was even never about the incarceration of former President Jacob Zuma. This is about hunger. The inequalities that we see in our country pushed people into do what we saw happening, the looting, the vandalism, the criminal elements that we saw playing out throughout the weekend. Calling police, obviously, you know, to actually try to contain the situation. SANDF members as well called on the board to actually contain the situation. But I can tell you that many of the people that we spoke off camera floor are happy that they are back. Things are slowly coming back to normal. They will now be able to pack up, go back home, come back tomorrow, continue and do the same thing, and supporting their families with the little that they will be getting from the small businesses that are here.
All right, Maageketla, thanks very much for that report coming to us live from Bara in Soweto. Appreciate that, Maageketla Mohlabe, and of course apologies, did hear some vulgar language being used there by one of the people we were interviewing on the street there. We certainly do apologize for that.